Mother Nature's on crack. 2 days ago, it was 41 degrees. This morning when I came out, it was 26. Then it dropped to 24. Now it's 25. Ay, we don't know what to do. You know, I don't think that's exactly how that is supposed to work there, sister. Yeah. You are a silly girl. Good thing you don't have horns. First black copper Moran's egg of the season. A little bit on the small side, but I'll take it. And then surprise, surprise, 2 blue eggs in the old layer's house. Cool beans. This is kind of hilarious. Love is in heat. And she is chasing Esmeralda. And some of the time she is, yeah, did you hear it? She's like snorting and blubbering like a buck. Elsie, just stop, honey. Esmeralda's having none of it. Honey, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, get her. Just knock her out. Oh my goodness. And Digger Dog's water tub is iced up. So, we'll get him some hot water, melt the ice. You are so funny, dude. There you go, buddy. You know, it'd probably be more comfortable if you wouldn't dig all the shavings out of your house. Your bed would be more comfortable there. Yes, it would. You're so funny. Yes, you are. You're a funny dog. Yes, you are. Goofball. Does that mean I need to buy you a new bale of shavings, huh? Or are you just gonna dig it out? What? Oh my goodness. Who knows? Where are you barking at? I don't see nothing. Who knows? Ah, there they are. See those coyotes up there? Yeah, that's what he was barking at. You see how they just disappear into the thick brush and you can't really see them. Yep. Good boy, Digger Dog. Good boy. Yeehaw. It is still 22 degrees outside, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and the sun is trying to come up over the hill. Oh, but it is cold out there. So, I think we're gonna do some house stuff for a while before I go out and work outside. I still am real cruddy, sinus crud, and I don't know if, you know, if it's just allergies or what. But I'm real grateful that I got all that wood, because I don't usually make a fire in the morning, but I made one this morning because I was cold, and it is nice and toasty. Yeehaw. Toasty roasty. Well, I was fixing to make a batch of soap. I had the fat measured out and put on the burner to start melting, and I had the milk measured out and had started putting the lye into the milk, and I was measuring out the rest of the oils because I just pour those into the other fats after the solid fats are melted, and discovered that I never ordered more castor oil, and I didn't have quite enough for a batch. So we turned the burner off and we just covered the pot of fat and set it aside. And I put the lye and milk mix in the freezer and wrote down how much castor oil I did weigh out and I ordered another jug of it. So as soon as it comes, which might not be for 10 days, but I can finish this batch of soap. How crazy is that? And I knew I needed some, but apparently I never wrote it down on my board. Dang it. So I guess we'll just start making lotion. Okay, it's Sunday. Afternoon, chore time. I have spent most of the day in the house, actually just being kind of lazy because I feel crummy again. And I did manage to make a batch of lotion and wash some dishes, and that's about it. So, I don't know if this is allergies. Kind of felt like maybe I had a little fever for a little bit. I feel a little bit better now than a couple hours ago, so I don't know. What's you doing, babies? Huh? Hello, mamas. What you doing? Huh? Bambi is 9 years old this year. Or maybe 10. I'll have to go check her paperwork just to be sure. She's got about 6 weeks left. And you can see we have quite a bulge on the kid's side. So I'm figuring at least 3. Yup, and hanging down low. Hanging down low, mamas. Pinto Bean is one of those kids from last year. She was the only girl, 2 boys. And this pretty girl. Yeah. What you doing, Pinto Bean? Huh? What you doing? Yeah, you're such a good girl. You are. Yup, and how are you doing? You've got a decent-sized bulge on that baby side, too. You're a week behind your mom. But I think you're probably only going to have 1 or maybe 2. How many babies you got? 1 or 2? Huh? 1 or 2? Yeah, pretty girl. Pretty girl. Yeah. Well, it's Monday afternoon. And I got up this morning, my head's still all clogged up, in spite of taking a whole bunch of different medicines and home remedies and things. So I'm beginning to think this is probably just some major allergy stuff, but it still feels pretty crummy, and I didn't have any energy this morning, so I mostly stayed in the house and just messed around. Just out here doing chores and sucking up some pretty sunshine. My weather app is predicting 18 degrees for me tonight, which means that we will probably be closer to 15 or even 12. So I am not looking forward to tomorrow morning at all. I put out a little extra hay today because that's part of how the goats stay nice and toasty, is eating their hay and filling up their rumens. What are you doing up there, Freya Cat? Are you doing the catwalk? Yeah? What are you doing up there? What are you doing? What? Hello, Freya Cat. Freya? What are you doing? Huh? Freya cat. Yeah. Hi, chickens. How are we doing? Okay, let me get over here and I'll throw you a little bit of Scratch. I don't feed Scratch very much, but when it's really cold, they could use the extra calories. I feed almost no Scratch at all in the summertime when it's hot, because they don't eat as much, and I want them to eat all their good layer pellets in the summer. So, but in the wintertime, they're not really laying a whole bunch, and it's really cold. Could be 18 or colder tonight, so they could use a few extra calories to stay warm. And I found a little green egg. Awesome, girls. Spring must be getting ready to show up. That would be nice. All right, 5:45 in the morning, and it is 17 degrees. Woo, doggies. All righty. It is 24 now at 7 o'clock, but we did drop to 15 degrees, just like I figured we would. So, yeah, it's still pretty cold. Alrighty, so I know all you folks up north that are dealing with below zero temperatures. I know y'all are laughing at me because it's 16 Fahrenheit, but this is almost as cold as I have ever seen in my entire life. One time here, Izzy, will you go forward, honey? What's your issue? Come on, what are you doing? You're being goofy. Will you get your head in there right and step forward, please? What? You didn't like that? You want some peanuts? Y'all ordered peanuts pretty good. You want those? I don't know what you want today. Anyway, as I was saying, one time when I was a kid, it was probably somewhere around 1968, 1970. We did have a Blue Norther come through, and we were at about zero for like 3 days. And there were pipes busted down by the highway with plumes of ice 15, 20 feet high in the air. It was crazy. So, but that's the coldest I have ever seen. Here, getting down to 15 is a fairly rare occurrence. I'm still coughing and I still got crud in my head, but I really am thinking it's allergies, because I don't have a fever, and excuse me, the discharge is all clear. It's not looking like I have a sinus infection or anything like that. So I'm thinking that just coming out in the cold air, it aggravates my sinuses, and then I got drainage, and then that makes me cough. But otherwise, I feel okay. Anyway, yeah, it's a little chilly here in the desert this morning. And Izzy, you are down about halfway, aren't you? Yeah. Because when it's really cold, we're burning more calories to stay warm, and we're making less milk, which is okay. We had thick ice in our water buckets this morning, and I did haul about 10 gallons of hot water for goats and the dog and the chickens. I'm going to check these girls' buckets again and see if they've iced all the way back up, if they need a little bit more hot water before I leave for work, or if they're going to be okay now that the sun is trying to come out. And we've raised our temperature almost 10 degrees here. So, pretty crazy, especially the fact that we have had no rain. No rain. We are so dry and so dusty. It's just crazy. Mother Nature is on crack this year. Ah, my digger dog. I don't know how this little toy has survived, but he just loves it. It's, I think it's actually a Kong knot. They have them at Tractor Supply, different sizes and colors and things. And he just loves to carry it around and chew on it and sling it and play with it. So, that's all right. All righty. We've got everybody their hay. This is Tuesday afternoon, and it has warmed up to about 45, 50 degrees. It's bright and sunny, but there is occasionally a wicked cold wind. That's Bentley, one of my 2 bucks. He is gonna be the daddy of Bambi and Pinto Bean's babies. How you doing, Bashful? He's like, don't bother me, I'm eating. I think I'm starving to death. Of course, nobody's starving around here. Alrighty. I know I probably don't sound any better, especially when I have a coughing fit, but I feel better this afternoon. This is Tuesday, so if we can just turn the faucet off in my head, I'd be really fine. And it was 16 degrees this morning, though it warmed up pretty quickly to above freezing once the sun came over the hill. But there was still chunks of water, like chunks of ice in water buckets and things when I got home this afternoon, because it only warmed up to about 45 or 50. So everybody's doing okay though. I don't remember now what it's supposed to be tonight. It is not supposed to be that cold tonight though. I think it's supposed to be 20 something. So, I mean, like 25, which means I'll probably be close to 20, 22. That'll be okay. I mean, we've been doing that for a couple of weeks now, so that's no big deal. Hi, Yazzie. Oh, you don't want to say hi? Miss Esmeralda is in heat again. Probably will be her last heat of the season. And she's been trying to get out and go find a boyfriend. And I keep telling her we are not having no babies in June. That is way too hot. It's way too cold in January, and it's way too hot in June. That's why I like to kid towards the end of March and the first part of April. That's usually just about right. So, alrighty. Gotta feed the little girls their snacks. And check everybody's water buckets before I go in the house. Morning, girls. Good morning, peoples. It is Wednesday, and I have been a lazy sod. I was just cold, and I came out and took care of goats and milked and went back in the house and just hung around for a while. So I'm just now getting out here to feed chickens. And, checking their water. It looks like it's frozen, so I'll go get some hot water for you girls. And I'm bringing your breakfast. Yeah. This is a flighty bunch of girls. But they're the best egg layers at the moment. Except for those 2 Easter eggers. Yes, I'm looking at you two. Y'all have not laid in a week. Yeah, everybody else is keeping up their end of the deal and laying, except for those Easter eggers. They are being slackers. Yeah, you girls were thirsty. I figured you were. Yeah. And yeah, sometime when it warms up, we will get out and scrub water buckets. But until then, you know, everything is frozen every day. So, just not going there. Okay, so I'm still using a ratchet strap strapped over a pile of wood to a pallet. And this is working so good for cutting so many of these shorter, smaller bits of wood. It's really helping save my back from bending over and doing it, you know, propped up on something. Whoa. Unsteady ground there. Okay. Oops, that one's a little bit long. Okay. So yeah, I am ending up with a lot of little short pieces, but that's okay, because I burn a lot of little stuff, you know, when I'm starting fires, or if I just want a little bit of a fire in the morning. And I just need to make sure that they can fit in the stove, so that's okay. But that has been working really good. I can adjust when I get some of them cut and they fall out from under the strap, then I just go and rearrange the sticks and pull the ratchet strap up tighter. Hee-haw. Alrighty, getting this pile whittled down pretty good. I stacked up some more wood. That stuff's a little bit green, so that's next winter. And then filled up my wood boxes. Think I'm gonna go in and have some brunch. Well, it's Wednesday night, and I have no clue where my day went today. I just was not super motivated. For instance, though I was really cold this morning, even though it wasn't 16 degrees. When I went outside, it was 22. But then it dropped to 20. No, it was 22, and then it dropped to 20, and then it came up to 24. But I just was really cold. Like, a lot of mornings when I come back in the house from doing chores, I take off my insulated coveralls. And I didn't do that this morning. I kept them on. I was just really cold and not motivated. And I spent a lot of the day just hanging out on the computer. So that's shame on me. I should have got a lot of things done. It was a nice sunny afternoon, and I had not planned on going anywhere. But some plans changed with a person that I needed to make a delivery to, and so I had to go run do that. And then by the time I came back, it was time to go out and start doing chores. So it was like, okie dokie, story of my life. So I didn't really, I did go out, and when I connected up the water and filled water buckets, I did get Peace and Joy's hooves trimmed. And I had meant to trim Bambi and Pinto Bean and give them their CD&T booster, but I spaced their CD&T, and by the time I was out there, it was getting cold, And I just was like, okay, we will do CDs and T's and hooves tomorrow. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready for bed and go snuggle up in my warm, comfy bed. See y'all later. It's Thursday afternoon. I worked my part-time job this morning. It is about 50 degrees and it is bright and sunny, but the wind has a really nasty bite to it today. So that's why I still got my quilted flannel on. Actually, I took off my thinner flannel and put my quilted flannel on after I got home from work. So it is chore time. Yeah. Hi, girls. Everybody enjoying a little bit of sun, trying to get out of the wind. Yeah. Where's everybody else? There's Miss Pinto Bean peeking around the wall. I don't know where Miss Bambi is. She might be hiding behind this wall over here. Nope. Oh, she's hiding behind that pallet right there. I can just see her chewing her cud. So if you're new around here and you don't know about the Digger dog, he's not allowed out of his kennel without supervision because he is a big train wreck and he kills trees and he breaks fences. And while he's very good at barking at the coyotes and things, he wants to get outside the fence and chase them. And he's not learning to respect the fence yet. But you're a good boy. Yeah, you're usually a good boy. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta get my phone. And for those of you that might think you're gonna comment that he needs more space and he ought to be out running around and he won't do those things, he does those things when he's out running around. And that's why when he's out of his kennel, he's on his cable and he's either tied up or he's with me. Here's Miss Bambi. What's you doing, girl? Just chewing your cud? Alrighty. Yeah? You starting to get a little uncomfortable? You still got a ways to go, honey. I'm recording in my pocket. No. Really hate it when somebody poops in the water bucket. I'm looking at you, Peace. Was it you? Huh? Who pooped in the water buckets? Yeah, I see you. Peace and Joy and Miss Lovebug, who is not a very lovey bug these days. Ever since she had her last heat cycle, she has been kind of ornery. Okay, got some chickens going kind of crazy up here. Now, it could be just that a tarp was flapping around in the wind and startled them. Or maybe a hawk flew over that I didn't see. But we'll go check it out and see what this commotion is about. And typical, they quit as soon as I come up here. Find a better spot to look in. What are y'all fussing about? I don't see nothing in here. No, I don't see nothing in here. This side of the coop's empty. Were y'all yelling too? What are y'all yelling about? Huh? What are you all yelling about? Not a darn thing, huh? I think it's just a shade cloth up here, or a tarp was blowing in the wind. Goofy birds. The way it usually goes, they'll be all loud and yelling, and as soon as I walk up there, they get all quiet. I don't know what their thing is. Well, I really need to get out here and finish cleaning up the milk stand area. Anybody need some feed sacks? How you doing, Bentley? Just mowing down on your hay? Yeah, it's quite a pile because I tend to just chuck a flake of hay in here for him. He's getting kind of hard on this fence though. Kind of worried about it. Like that metal piece is supposed to be down inside that collar there to hold this ankle brace. And he spent the top of the fence out. And that post moves a little bit every time he comes and rubs on things. So I'm really anxious to get the new pen built, but I don't know how much longer it's going to take me. Hey, Bashful, how you doing, buddy? You are dope. Bashful is Pinto Bean's daddy, and he is the father of Esmeralda's triplets. You can see where all our white markings came from on those girls. Yup, you're just a handsome boy, huh? Yup. Can we see your whole face for a minute? Y'all can see where Pinto Bean got her face markings from. Alright, these girls were out of water, so we got them some water. They only gave me 4 eggs today. Those Easter eggers are still slackers. Just the leghorn and the brown layers are laying. Today it was just the brown layers. The leghorn didn't lay today, but she's laid 4 or 5 days in a row, so she gets a pass. Okay. I had been giving Bentley and Bashful about a ½ a pound of grain a day. This is Purina All Life Stages 16% goat feed. It does have ammonium chloride in it, so I feel very safe feeding it to the bucks. They also get a pound of hay pellets. But I will taper their grain off when we get warmed up. I was going to start doing that here the last couple of weeks, but it was, you know, we've been 19 and 20 degrees, so I figured they could use some extra calories. And they're still a wee bit on the thin side. They also need their copper bolus. Goats have a very high need for copper, and because I feed basically all alfalfa, they're not on pasture or anything. Some of the calcium and the molybdenum in the alfalfa can interfere with them taking up and absorbing and utilizing the copper. So since I have not got them set up on the mineral buffet yet, I do give them copper boluses. But these boys love their grain so much that all I have to do is break these open and put them in their grain. Now these are 2-gram caps, which is all I could get here in town. They need at least 6 grams. They are probably actually closer to 7.5 or maybe even 8, but I give them about 6 at a time. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of crush this little capsule enough that I can get it open. Maybe. And I have a little pile of grain in here, and I just kind of, let's see if you can see this better. Just kind of And you can see I got that little indent. That's where I'm going to aim the copper particles, so that these boys love their grind so much that they will basically lick these pans up. There you can see those little wire particles in there. Now when you buy the 4-gram capsules, the wire particles are actually, I think, a little tiny bit bigger. And of course the capsule's bigger. Love, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're goofy. Do you just like the noise it makes, or what? It's stuff, bud. Yep. I mean, I'll double check in the morning, but these boys don't generally leave even a crumb. They lick everything. So I have not had any real issues giving them their copper like this. Signs of copper deficiency can be bald places around their faces. And the big one is their tail. Let me go outside and show you through the fence so don't bother him eating. You can see how Bashful's tail is real thin at the end. In the fall, when I gave him his last doses, it was totally bald. And you can see that's what they call the fish tail. You see how there's hair on the top and hair underneath, but not in the middle. And if I get in there real close and look, he does have a little bit of hair growing in the bald spot from his last dose. And the other thing is shedding at inappropriate times, a real coarse hair coat when it ought to be smooth and silky. You can see he's still a little coarse, though he always looks a little bit rough in the winter time. So, but I just got a little off schedule late last summer, and so we got behind dosing. So we're trying to kind of get caught up and get everybody taken care of. Hello, Tinker Cat. Are you trying to trip me? Hello. Hello, Tinker. Yes, hello, Tinker Cat. Yes, we will come and feed you in a few minutes. So this morning when I came out, it was 34, but it did show it had been 21. But with the wind down the canyon, it sure felt like it was still 21. And now that I've done chores and I'm getting ready to milk, it's dropped back down to 30. That's crazy. Mary here with High Song Grows, bringing you Farmer Friday. It's like barely above freezing outside, even though we're going on, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm in here doing some house stuff, and today I'm going to start my tomato seeds. I will link some videos, some playlists down below of how I do my soil blocks and my plant starting setup over here, which is basically a set of 4-foot shelves and a lot of shop lights. And right now I'm going to get busy. Okay, I normally mist my seeds before I cover them with a little bit of dry soil. These are soil blocks, and I set one seed to each tiny little cube. And then I usually mist them, but my mister's broken, so I'll have to grab one tomorrow. No big deal. It'll just maybe take them a little bit longer to hydrate and get started, but it'll be all right. Well, I realized as I was editing that I never really filmed anything after I did the seeds this morning. I ran a couple of errands, and I went to take some things to a friend of mine that she could use. I did manage to trim Lovebug's feet, but she was being a booger, and since her last heat cycle in December, and then she was in heat again this week, but that heat cycle in December, I don't know, hormone changes are crazy. She's been very touch me not, don't bother me, don't look at me. And so when I was trimming her feet, she started kicking and bucking and smashed my hand into the fence and scraped my knuckles up. So one of them lost, they're not deep, they're just little scrapes, but one of them lost all the skin off of it, and it was kind of stinging. So I've got it all covered up, and I gotta wash dishes, so I'm gonna stick a glove on, keep it dry. Anyway, so she's done, and then I spaced working on Bambi and pinto beans this evening again, so I gotta try and remember to get that done real in the next couple of days. But on the time lapse where I'm working with the seeds, those are soil blocks, and they're very teeny tiny little cubes. And when I do start tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, things like that that need to go on a heat mat, I can start 200-300 seeds in a small space, and then as soon as they germinate, then I transfer them to bigger soil blocks. And I have some videos from last year that I did where I explain all of that, and I think I might have a video of making the soil mix that I use, and so I'll link those down below. Let's see. Yes, I went to see my friend and saw her new sun conures. Those are really pretty birds. I'm not a real pet bird person, but she has some different kinds of birds that are really pretty. What else did we do today? Just chores. Just our regular old chores. And I never did make another batch of lotion, but I did manage to wash up the equipment I dirtied the other day. So we're ready to make more lotion. Maybe I can get that done on Sunday. I'm still waiting for my order of castor oil to come in. I don't know what's happened to it. I need to go check that. We'll have to wait and see. What else is going on? Not a whole lot. Same stuff, different day. Oh, in one of the clips I was talking about giving Bambi and Pinto Bean their CD&T vaccine. I I'm thinking I might be a little bit too early, so I need to double check. I think we're gonna wait another week or two for that. I just need to get their feet done up. Okay, let me grab this milk filter over here. Okay. And tomorrow will hopefully be a really pretty day and a good turnout for the Superior Home Tour and Antique Show. So if y'all are in Arizona and don't have nothing else to do, you should come to Superior, Arizona and take the home tour. My friends Bert and Mary that run Brick House Bakers and make some really awesome sourdough. Their Airbnb, so, well, they got, I got to explain this. They have two houses on their property, and one house is, the front of it, they have set up as an Airbnb. It's a really cute little place. And then the back end of the house is their bakery. And the bakery is not generally open to the public. They only sell to a couple of local restaurants there in Superior, and then they sell to the public only at our farmers market. And so the bakery, usually you can't go in the bakery, but the bakery is going to be on the tour along with the rest of the little Airbnb house. And then next to the house they live in, they have built a beautiful gazebo and a wood-fired pizza oven, and they will be making pizzas up there for folks that want to come by and eat pizza and going on the home tour and stuff like that. So that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I will be at the normal farmers market down in the food court in the downtown area, because I can't commit to being in places, too many places at once. So anyway, that is going to be a nice day. Hopefully there's not too much wind and there's a nice sunny day. I don't think it's supposed to be super cold down there. They're 20 miles from my house and a lower elevation, so it's warmer than where I live here. Like, they don't normally get any snow or anything like that, though occasionally, every few winters, they get a little flurry. It's like the edge of the cloud hung over the mountains and got them a little bit. Just looking around for more stuff that needs washed. So yeah. I would really like to thank everybody that's been coming along and watching videos and commenting and hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. I really, I'm trying to get better at making videos and better at editing. I am hampered a bit because I had downloaded a video editor that was recommended to me that had a free version, which I downloaded. And in the process, it tells me that I need to update the drivers on my video card. And so I went to do that, and it tells me that it doesn't support my version of Windows, which is Windows 10. And then I got a notice recently that they're going to be phasing 10 out, and they're going to stop supporting it and stuff. And I'm like, geez, it feels like I just got 10. Because I'm not a computer geeky person. I just fumble my way through and figure things out, right? But I'm not the guy that knows all the things with the computer and the software and the hardware and all of that stuff. I'm out of computer tech once tell me that I knew just enough to be dangerous. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. So I am going, okay, so that means I gotta upgrade Windows. So I'm hoping that the hardware can take an upgrade of the operating system. See, I told y'all another day that my low life is a catch-22, and here's another one, right? So, oh, by the way, if you've never seen one, this is a Busy Lizzie. Or maybe a different version of what I knew as a Busy Lizzie. It is a funnel, and it has a threaded ring to go on. I have several inserts, a couple of different size perforated plates that go in here. And I don't think this set, which I bought secondhand, had it, but the original one I had 40 years ago had a little plate that was an egg separator. So like you could put that plate in and put it over a jar or a bowl and crack your eggs in, and all the whites would run out and the yolks would stay in here. So that was kind of cool. Anyway, way back in the day when I had dairy goats the first time, we could buy, I think it was a 2 1/4 inch milk filter, a real milk filter, and they just fit. I put a plate on and put my filter in there, put the ring on, and that worked really well if you just have a little bit of milk. The one I have now is a stainless steel funnel. I think this one might be aluminum. The stainless steel funnel with a silicone insert, and I put my milk filter inside, and then I poke the insert down to hold it. I'm really not as fond of that one as I am this style, because sometimes, every once in a while, you'll get a milk filter that's like, seems a little bit thicker and stiffer than normal, and then sometimes I don't want to play. Anyway, y'all, thank you for coming along and listening to my ramblings and my silly nonsense around here. I appreciate all of you. You have a good night and a wonderful week.